Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is January 18th, 2017. And today I have a very special guest coming from Cape Town, South Africa, to talk about solar powering Africa with Bitcoin. It is Abraham Cambridge of the Sun Exchange. The sunexchange.com is the website you can check him out at. I met Abe back in 2015 in April at the Cape Town Bitcoin Conference, where I also met Lorian Gamaroff, where I also first heard Vinny Lingham speak. What an experience. And to this day, it is still contributing to this world, this experience. And I'm so happy to know him. And I'm so glad he is on the show today. So Abe, tell the world about your project and what is going on.
Hey, Adam, thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me on your show. As I said, you just said, we met nearly 2 years ago at the Cape Town event. And at that point, the Sun Exchange was still in the ideation phase. And what the Sun Exchange is, in a simplest terms, it's a website where anyone can buy solar panels or solar cells that are in Africa, and you can earn income from them. We call it the home of solar powered money. Now, I'm from the solar industry, and that's why I live in Africa, because there's lots of sun here. And in Africa, there's 650 million people without electricity. They need electricity to finance it. Bitcoin is that it's an international remittance system that you can get payments from one country to another country very quickly, cheaply, and securely. The Sun Exchange enables people that use Bitcoin to cells, and at the moment, a single solar cell costs around 9 millibits. So it's small denominations, so people can buy a single solar cell, we can buy many thousands. So at the moment, we're running a project to solar power a tire recycling factory. So anybody can come into our website, purchase solar cells for that project. Once all the solar cells have been purchased, that solar project then gets installed and deployed. Through the Sun Exchange, the buyers of those solar cells leases them on to that electricity user, and they then earn income from the electrical production of their solar cells. Now that income lasts for 20 years. So for a single solar cell purchase, you're then securing 20-year income stream powered by the sun, and you get your returns in Bitcoin. The thing about this we've identified is that because this is a completely unique, you can only use Bitcoin to really get the most out of it. People are buying Bitcoin for the first time to be able to purchase solar cells in Africa. So it's a really wonderful case use for this technology.
Wow, it is, I do like that aspect of how it will get people into Bitcoin who maybe have never even heard about Bitcoin. I think it is on the Bitcoin side, it's a great way to market Bitcoin to the world, to spread the word about Bitcoin. Now, so this is your latest project is at a tire factory. What exactly?
Yeah, it's they recycle car tires, and in the process, I noticed that Americans spell tire differently. You spell it T-I-R-E, but in England we spell it T-Y-R-E. So when you go to a website, don't be confused about the typo. But yeah, they recycle car tires, and I don't mean car tires, I mean mine tires, big trucks, the big Caterpillar trucks with the wheels that you can, they recycle those tires. So mining is a huge industry in Africa. It's actually so many countries rely on mining, and it's obviously a very environmentally damaging industry if it's not solar powered. If every part of the supply chain in mining is relying on fossil fuels, then you've got an inherently very carbon intensive economy. So by solar powering every single bit of the industry, you're then making the future of Africa green and sustainable. So just to reframe it a little bit. So in the United Kingdom, there's not much sun, but people still install solar panels on their houses, which I think is a bit silly, because you can put solar panels in Africa now through the Sun Exchange and have your solar panels in the best location possible. So you don't need to have your solar panels on your roof of your home. You can put them somewhere else virtually.
Okay, and then it will you purchase the power. Then you're saying Americans, our concept of buying power, and we're very spoiled here. We just get a bill and we pay it, and we don't worry where it's coming from. And then most people who don't pay their bill, they still get power. In other countries, people have to buy their power in advance, like a certain amount. Correct? We're Americans are not used to that concept at all. So you might want to get into that too.
Yeah, so I mean, really, we do operate on a similar basis than you would be used to in the States. So with the project we're doing for Tire Corporation, they will be paying for their electricity bill each month. We will send them an invoice, which is an invoice for usage of the solar plant. But that invoice will be according to how many units of electricity they have used from the solar plant. Now, that income we then send back to the owners of the solar plant. That could be many thousands of people around the world, and those payments will be sent out via Bitcoin. Now, that's in a situation where there is already an electricity grid. And at the moment, the driver for the factory is to reduce their electricity costs. There are some projects that we're working on where there is no electricity at all. So our next project is going to be for a microgrid. And a microgrid is for rural electrification. So there's hundreds of people living in a village in a place called Lesotho, which is a kingdom in South Africa. Those people don't have any electricity. We're going to finance a microgrid for them, which is going to have 65 kilowatts of solar power, an LNG generator, and backup batteries. So that community of 500 people, 2 schools, and several businesses are now going to have electricity for the first time, enabled entirely through Bitcoin payments from around the world.
Wow, that is good. So you have big future plans here. It's going to go outside of South Africa. You plan to go outside of Southern Africa, go to Central Africa and stuff, or all over Africa? What are the long-term plans here for the business?
The model that we've developed can be used anywhere in the developing world, or the less economically developed areas of the planet, where they struggle to get finance for building clean energy infrastructure. So Latin America and in India in particular are locations that we're looking at with projects. But we already are an international company because people from all around the world are financing our projects. So the current project, at the moment, we think we've got 46 backers. Those backers of that project are located in Germany, Hong Kong, the United States, throughout South Africa and Europe. So this is already a kind of an international movement to the electrification of Africa with clean energy.
Now, I think something very important that Abraham just said was he's involved in projects that struggle to get financing. There's a lot of bigger projects out there that get all sorts of corporate financing. So this is why Bitcoin comes in handy here, is because he's devised a way to get microfinancing from all over the world, from people like us, to fund these projects that otherwise probably would not get funded. Is that correct?
Hang on, that's exactly.
Abraham, are you there still? We had a little bit of a technical interruption. Can you hear me, world and Abraham? All right, we're having some technical difficulties here, everyone. I apologize about that. We just got into such a very important topic there. Let me send him a message very, very, very quick here. And Abe, if you can hear me, just chime in. Okay, we did lose him. I'm going to get him back on again. So, I mean, what he just said is, or what I just asked is why we're dealing with Bitcoin here. Here we go. And Abraham, can you Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. I'm going to have to edit this out, aren't I? Or all the people watching live are like, Adam, do this, do that. I can't. Unfortunately, we're having an issue here. Man, he is here. All right. I'm sure all of you see that it says Abraham is there. All right, I'm sticking in this chat, guys. I know some of you are like, oh God, it's boring now. And I'll when this goes live, I'll just put a little message like skip to the X minute mark if you want to hear the rest of it, because I know I have no idea what happened here. God, we'll send an invite again. I'm going to have to I'll probably have to stop the broadcast in a second if we don't hear back from Abraham. Hey, this is the magic of YouTube Live here. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. And we were, it was going so well there. Wow. Okay. Maybe I'll see if there's a chat going on here, what people are saying. Maybe that'll be a way to pass the time before I just totally end this thing. I'm opening up another browser. I'm sure it's entertaining all of you. Well, at least Bitcoin's around $900 now, and he's talking about an interesting. Very interesting technique. I know everyone wants to use their Bitcoin on something. This is something to use your Bitcoin on. And a lot of people want to be involved with financing and causes to save the world. Okay. Let's see. There's no word back from Abraham. I don't know. Maybe his internet connection went down. Everything's, sometimes internet connections. I don't even know how to see the chat section here. I wish I could, guys. All right. I'm going to have to end this in a second. It's unfortunate. Oh, wait a second. Looks like I'm in the all right. Enough. We're gonna have to end this if Maybe I should have stopped it a while ago. Hang on. We're going to stop it. See what happens.